Today, we're diving into some exciting news about the upcoming Galaxy S24 FE. We've got fresh information confirming that the Galaxy S24 FE will be powered by the Exynos 2400 chip. But the big question remains, will there be a Snapdragon variant? Let's break down everything we know so far. First things first, let's talk about the Exynos 2400 chip. The Galaxy S24 FE has made another appearance on a popular benchmark, and it's been confirmed that the phone will indeed use Samsung's in-house Exynos 2400 chip, at least in its home country. This aligns with what we've seen in previous benchmarks from a few months ago. Samsung fans have been speculating whether the Galaxy S24 FE would be powered by older chips, similar to what happened with the Galaxy S23 FE, which used chips from the Galaxy S22 series. However, the recent benchmark confirms that the Galaxy S24 FE will use the same Exynos chip as the Galaxy S24 and Galaxy S24 Plus. Now, why is Samsung opting for the Exynos 2400? Well, it makes a lot of sense. Samsung didn't release a flagship Exynos chip in 2023, so the Exynos 2400 is the logical choice for a high-end device like the Galaxy S24 FE. Using a 2-year-old chip in a new flagship phone would have undoubtedly attracted criticism from both fans and critics. By including the Exynos 2400, Samsung is ensuring that the Galaxy S24 FE remains competitive in terms of performance. But what about the Snapdragon variant? Many Samsung fans, particularly those outside of South Korea, have a strong preference for Qualcomm's Snapdragon chips. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 in particular is a powerhouse, and fans are eager to see it in the Galaxy S24 FE. However, as of now, there is no evidence to suggest that a Snapdragon variant of the Galaxy S24 FE is in the works. This raises some important questions. Will Samsung stick solely with the Exynos 2400 for all markets, or will they introduce a Snapdragon variant in select regions? If we look at past trends, Samsung has often released Snapdragon variants of their Galaxy phones in markets like the US, Canada, and China. So, there is a possibility that we might see a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 powered Galaxy S24 FE in these regions. For now, we can only speculate. The Exynos 2400 is undoubtedly a fantastic chip, but the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 edges it out in certain areas, particularly in terms of raw power and efficiency. If Samsung decides to go with a Snapdragon variant, it will likely be a limited release catering to regions where Qualcomm chips are more popular. However, even if the Galaxy S24 FE sticks with the Exynos 2400 globally, it doesn't mean fans will be disappointed. The Exynos 2400 is designed to deliver top-tier performance, and paired with Samsung's optimization, it could very well be a winning combination for the Galaxy S24 FE. So what does this mean for you as a potential buyer? If you're in a market where Samsung traditionally releases Snapdragon variants, there's still hope that you might get your hands on a Snapdragon-powered Galaxy S24 FE. But even if that doesn't happen, the Exynos 2400 is shaping up to be a very capable chip. That question of a Snapdragon variant still looms large. What are your thoughts on this? Do you prefer the Exynos or Snapdragon chips in your Galaxy devices? Let me know in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest tech news. As always, see you in the next video. In just a few months' time, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will succeed the iPhone 15 Pro Max and take on the mantle as the best and most advanced iPhone out there. Although there's plenty of time until September and a lot can change, we seem to know a lot about the upcoming top iPhone model based on rumors and leaks. How is the iPhone 16 Pro Max shaping up against its predecessor? What's changing and what's staying the same? Let's see how the iPhone 16 Pro Max shapes up against the current best iPhone Apple has in its roster. First up, let's talk about design and size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will inherit the same design language as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, employing the same titanium frame with a completely flat screen. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be size. The upcoming iPhone screen will grow to 6.9 inches across, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7-inch display. To achieve this, they're likely shrinking the bezels down even further and making the phone itself slightly larger overall. As per the rumors, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will measure 163mm in height and 77.58mm in width versus 159.9mm and 76.7mm for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, respectively. A small but notable change, all things considered. The iPhone 15 Pro Max debuted with an action button instead of a mute switch and a USB Type-C port at the bottom, so those two features will be carrying over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 series will be scoring another button, dubbed the capture button. Colors-wise, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available in 4 understated and titanium-inspired colors. We've heard that Apple might use another titanium processing technique that will make the iPhone 16 Pro Max glossier and also more capable of retaining colors. Moving on to display differences. As mentioned, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come along with a significantly larger display, measuring at 6.9 inches across. Aside from the size, we don't clearly expect any other major changes. We're certainly getting a liquid Retina XDR display with an OLED panel delivering superb colors, contrast, and exceptional maximum brightness. The screen will support 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate, making scrolling through the interface and on-screen content way smoother. Now let's delve into performance and software. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a second-generation 3nm chip, possibly dubbed Apple A18 Pro. As one can imagine, we expect that the Apple A18 Pro will have better performance than the Apple A17 Pro. Due to the heavily rumored focus on AI for both iOS and the iPhone 16 range, we expect that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with a much improved neural engine to take care of all the generative AI features. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be a first to debut iOS 18 with a focus on artificial intelligence features. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max will also support faster Wi-Fi 7 and a more power-efficient 5G modem, keeping you future-proofed on the connectivity front. Let's talk about the camera. As the iPhone 15 Pro Max delivers a host of important camera features, chief among which is the new 120mm telephoto lens, the iPhone 16 Pro Max can finally address one of the forgotten cameras that hasn't recently scored any significant overhauls, the ultra-wide. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that Apple will be introducing a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. When it comes to audio quality, iPhone Pro Max devices are always up there with the best, setting the benchmarks for all other manufacturers to measure up against. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will be no exception. The same generally applies to haptics too. iPhones are arguably the best devices when it comes to haptic feedback, giving us precise and accurate vibrations that are sufficiently strong yet not overpowering. Lastly, battery life and charging. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will reportedly feature a much larger 4,676 mAh battery compared to the 4,422 mAh battery in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Charging-wise, we haven't heard anything about a potential charging speed increase, but we hope to see one on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So far, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is shaping up to be a logical improvement to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, delivering key upgrades in important areas like screen size, performance, AI, and battery life. Thus far, we haven't heard anything particular about a potential price increase, so it's safe to assume that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will start at $1,199 for the 256GB version. Of course, if there's an iPhone 15 Pro Max in your pocket, then you'll probably have few reasons to upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Stay tuned for more updates on the iPhone 16 Pro Max as we get closer to its release date. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest tech news and reviews. Thanks for watching. Until next time.